Greetings, my name's Stephen McKenzie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you find my content compelling, please subscribe and like whichever videos that you happen to like. You want to learn more about me, you can go to the About page of this YouTube channel, or in the right lower corner of the banner, you'll see links to my LinkedIn, to my blog, and to my Facebook. So this is an exercise on right hand articulation, which I think is very important no matter what level you're at to get into the zone. If you're a beginner, it may seem very boring, but it's a very foundational thing if you can get past the tedium of it. And so you probably need to have some musical pieces to keep your interest in playing the guitar, and it's actually probably more beneficial for intermediates who want to move to the next level, to be honest. And so I use this book. This book is worth it just for the first chapter. It's called, I don't know how to say this, Kitharologus, The Path to Virtuosity by Ricardo Iznaola, excuse me. And so chapter 1 has these seemingly very boring little drills where you're playing one finger at a time. But the lessons you can learn here are, you can refer to like Scott Tenant's Pumping Nylon to refresh yourself on hand positioning and where the big knuckle should be in relationship to being over the string and how much to arch your hands and so on, and then the actual stroking mechanism. We're not going to get into too much of that right here, but I do want to talk about doing this a little bit. So the first exercise 1 is just playing one finger at a time, rest stroke, one finger at a time, free stroke. And so with the rest stroke, your knuckle is going to be back over somewhat above adjacent strings that are more this way, right? And what I do is I rest the thumb on the top E string, on the lowest E string. So we'll start a metronome. So you do want to keep good time. You want to be right on the beat. The tendency is to be early, and I will be messing it up because I'll be talking, so I'll try to concentrate and talk. See how my arm slid a little bit there? I exaggerated it. That's to keep the relationship of the big knuckle to the string I'm playing consistent. And oftentimes when I'm playing a piece, it's right hand alignment that's messing me up. But it's not something you're going to be thinking about. These are calisthenics, like I said, that help you get into the zone. It's not necessarily, these aren't thoughts as you're playing. Now when I play rest stroke, I put the thumb on the adjacent string bass word, right? And I just have it follow it. I do that with scales and everything with rest strokes. Even when I'm playing, actually, I kind of have a habit of doing that. It's good to look at your hand in a mirror or in your camera of your PC, you know, the camera app, which is what I'm doing. Also, these are good exercises to test the length and smoothness of your nails. If you feel them catching, they might be a little long. Okay, then exercise 2, you're getting all 3 fingers involved on each string. So it goes I, long, short. I am A to the next string. So you're doing some string crossing and potentially awkward string crossing. M, A, M, I am A string cross, and so on. And you do it again with free stroke. Okay, then exercise 3 is thumb. So they have you put I, M, and A on the top, on the high E string, and then you play both. By the way, with all these exercises, you're going to play rest stroke and free stroke. So here with the thumb, you're going to play rest stroke and free stroke, even if you never play rest stroke with your thumb. As you're performing, this is calisthenics, and it helps your right hand articulation and helps you get into the zone. At least that's been my experience. So. And so for these exercises, you keep your P straight. You don't bend it. That's not necessarily what you do when you're playing, but for these exercises, that's what you do. And then you move I, M, and A for the last string. Then back down, putting I, M, and A back on the top string. And then rest stroke. You know, and so on. Then exercise 4, you start working with both P and I and M and A and M. So here's all rest stroke. Notice my arm slid back a little bit. And I'm not going to move my shoulder though. These are just very perceptive. Anyway, so you do this, then you do, then you move the thumb goes up. And you leave I and M on the top E string. And the thumb goes up. And here my arm doesn't slide. It's just the thumb reaches up, forward, and back. So then you do it again with using M and A, and then you do them all again using rest stroke in the with I and M, and free stroke with P, and then one more time with rest stroke and P, and free stroke with I and M and A. Okay? And then you're going to do the same thing, all the iterations, rest stroke with I, M, and A, and free stroke in P, and free stroke with P, rest stroke with I, M, and A, and then all free stroke. And so it's going to be like I, M, A, and my arm did slide back a little. And I'm doing very explicit plants. I'm planting before I play. I'm not swiping at it. Do the same thing with the thumb goes up like before. You just try to keep everything relaxed and quiet. That was going I-M-A. Then you want to do it again with A-M-I. And then you want to do it again with free stroke in the P and rest stroke in I, M, and A. And then you want to do it again with rest stroke in P and free stroke in I, M, and A. And again, A, M, and I. And it has all the permutations here. And then it starts getting the left hand, and we'll skip over that. But then it's exercise 8. We start doing simultaneous, right? So it's to get warmed up, then you do them at the same time. Now, the exercise 8 has you do I, M, then another set with MA. But honestly, I have my own drill I do, IMA. So I go like this. I, M, A, M, I, and so on. So anyway, that's right hand articulation. And we'll have some lessons in the future. We'll do the Giuliani right hand studies. We'll do some basic, the essential arpeggios out of the Capel Bible of the Classical Guitar Technique. And we can start doing some left hand drills with slur studies out of the Scott Tenant book. And we can do Segovia scales and things that you work on with Segovia scales. So that's it for now. And if you, again, please subscribe and like, and visit my GitHub repository for neck diagrams and non-copyrighted type material that I create myself. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for your attention.